Yeah, it's like I said, I don't want to be like conspiracy, right wing, something's going on, but this it's not settling with me right.
But like I said in my little dialogue, because it's him, I don't even care. I
I'm
just
on.
wish I just want to focus on the larger system because there's a lot of people who are in there because they're supposed to be in there or they're not even supposed to be in there and have to run the same
And yeah,
gauntlet.
and
And
then
I
you
don't
have
think
to
that's right.
wonder, like, they have security guards because it's a prison. What were they doing? Just standing around, just like somewhere else? I mean, like,
Well, it's a medium security prison,
It's a,
so
yeah.
that's one thing. Um, so the guards. Now, one thing I did find out from someone who has spent time in prison, medium doesn't mean what we think it means, right? So medium means that you have a little bit more privileges, right? Like you're able to do work release, some work detail sometimes, or work in the kitchen, or things like that, and they're not quite as locked down as tight. Like you're not stuck in your cell for 18 hours of the day or 20 hours of the day or something like that. But it's still incredibly violent, like incredibly.
yeah, because it's
And
like, are
so,
they glorified babysitters or what? Like, what's going on?
well, you have to think like, what job have you ever been on that is fully staffed?
No.
Doesn't happen. And then you got this right here, this particular type of job where they usually are pretty well staffed to an extent, just because they're one of the only major employers in the area that they sit in. That's why these prisons sit where they sit. But these are not people who always uh, operate with the highest moral code, right? So they just there to get their check, and sometimes
Whatever
stuff
happens,
happens.
happens. I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
because they don't. They look like. Remember that time I went like off the rails when we were talking about like don't drop the soap type things. It, the way we dehumanize prisoners, these correctional officers dehumanize them even more. So if you look at people like they're just animals and throwaways, you don't care too much what they do to each other, right? You just let them do whatever they do, and then you clean up behind it and move on. And so that's unfortunately very, very big in the prison community.
This may be random, but what percentage of the overall prison population do you think the former police officers? Seems like a very rare thing.
Yeah, police officers don't
It's
do
incredibly rare
prison.
because police don't go to jail.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a single digit percentage.
There's got to be 1 to 2
Yeah.
percent. I can't
And then
imagine
when
it
they go,
being.
they get protective custody 9 times out of 10. They get put in special housing, what they call the
That's what
shoe.
I thought
So
because they said in that story that he was in solitary confinement. So I'm like, well, why didn't they
right, but
just
he
keep him there?
there's times where he gets out. There's times when he got to go eat. There's times when they got to go to the shower. There's there's times when
Wait
he
a
will
minute.
be in
Hold
transit.
on. I don't mean to ask a stupid question. You mean they don't have showers in their cells?
Hell no.
No,
I have never been
This
to
is
one.
prison.
I'm
This
there
is
thinking.
prison.
I'm thinking they got that. Like they own little like apartment. They got a little
Bobby said that's a
stove, and they.
hotel
I mean,
room.
they
That's
got
not a
the that
prison.
they got the cafeteria
Mm-mm.
part. But I'm thinking, oh, they got their
Mm-mm.
own little toilet, and they got their own little shower, and then they just go in and come out, go in and come out.
If okay, so
They got
if
their
you're
own
in
toilet.
solitary, if you in solitary, you probably have your own toilet and you have your bunk. That's what you have. You might have a TV or a radio, depends upon
Yeah,
what
because you
level of
got to do
security prison
something.
you're in. No, 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 they don't have to do anything. That's the thing. They're in prison, right? You don't have to have anything. Um,
A
they
comfort, but I'm like, give them something.
you don't have to have anything. That's why they've taken away a lot of books so that the inmates can't educate themselves and prepare for their own trials. They've taken away athletic equipment so they can't get too big, right? They've taken away almost everything. It's a weird parallel, but I mean, it hit me. It just hit me. It's like at school. In the schools, we've taken away art, we've taken away music, we've taken away PE, we've taken away recess, we've cut down lunch to like 20 minutes. If you look at how schools and the prisons are run, they are running similar in their tempo.
I'm
Prison's
sitting
worse because
here.
it's prison.
I'm sitting here
But
thinking they had their own bed, their own shower,
they
their
got a bed.
own.
They
Their
got their
mattress is
bed.
about that thick.
Mm-hmm.
That's their mattress. And it can be on a concrete slab or it could be on some chain, like,
I thought it
probably
was
not on chain, nothing, because they don't want metal in the prison if they can
Yeah,
avoid
because
it.
I'm gonna say maybe